as we are acknowledging the role of fathers, looking at what fathers are doing, those that are present in the lives of their daughters, we also have to acknowledge that there are some fathers that are not present. It's not like they're in the vicinity of where their daughters live, you know, but they're not taking that active role of a father figure in what you, Ben, has given us, what is the definition of the role of a father should do. They are not doing that. So we're looking, what is the impact of that for the girl child and with her education? Eku, if you can come in there.
Basically, I mean, it's a shame that some fathers are not present in the lives of their girl child. I think it's the worst thing that can happen to any girl, I mean, to any family and to the country at large. If you know you are there, you are within the vicinity and still not present in the life, you are not worthy to be called a father. Let's just put it that way. To me, those are not fathers. They are just people that, I mean, luckily have a girl child out there, but they're not worthy to be called a father. A father, the word father encompasses, I mean, everything, all the roles that a man, or the definition that Ben gave us, should do, like from helping you, I mean, to grow, you know, protecting you, making sure you get all the necessities that, you know, I know, like economic point of view, from an economic point of view, especially from back home, most people are financially disadvantaged. But then you don't have to be financially advantaged to be present in the life of a girl child. You've been there supporting, I mean, like, not only financially, you don't even have to be financially if you cannot. I mean, we understand the situation back home. But apart from that, in all other aspects, there shouldn't be any form of excuse. Men should be in the life of their girl child and in the life of their children in general. So basically, if you're not worthy. That's just to put it, just not to mince my word. I'm not gonna mince my word. I'm saying it as it is. If you're not, for reasons that are at your own control and you decide not to, then you're not worthy to be called a father, basically. So let's get it that way. I mean, like I said, fatherhood encompasses a lot. I mean, the last time you shared one video of this girl that was, I mean, this girl, the video from Gambia, that was talking about her ambition, you know, what she was going through, how she couldn't go to school, I mean, for some time because of financial reasons and all whatnot. I keep on watching the video, and I keep on looking at that girl, and in that girl, I've seen like, it's like she always appears in my dream to say that, I mean, I am here, I am around, I want to help people. Like she said, she wants to be a medical doctor to help people and all whatnot. That girl is barely how many years?
12.
12 years. You know, the way she was thinking, you know, the words that were coming out of her mouth. I see no reason why that girl's father would be there and still not be in the life of that girl. That would be the gravest mistake that any man could do. You cannot. Even not that girl, even if you don't have a girl that is as bright as that girl, you still need to be there to support them morally and make sure that they go through the right path. Ben talked about a woman, like women taking the role of, I mean, men, of fathers.
Yes.
It's not rocket science, Annetta. I mean, it's like you are there. Those women might be, I mean, financially disadvantaged and all whatnot, but they were there. They were there. They made sure that we go to school. They made sure that we do things the right way. They made sure that we do our homework. They made sure that they attend parents teachers, you know, meetings. They made sure that they follow our trail in whatever we do, making sure that we don't go the wrong path and all whatnot. This is all you need. This doesn't take money to do, Annetta. It doesn't take money to do this thing. It's just to be there so that the girl child would be like, oh, daddy is always here. Daddy is always making sure that I'm this, I'm that. They will get to understand that daddy is not financially advantaged. But that does, even if you're, the thing is, whatever you do, just strive, whatever you have, strive, make sure that they get whatever they're supposed to get. That's basically what I can say right now. It breaks my heart to say that. I mean, some fathers are right there, visible, but at the same time, they're not in the life of
visible. Yes.
It's just ridiculous to think of, and there's nothing that can excuse that. That can you can't use any form of excuse to say that okay, it's because of this or because of that. It's totally out of sort for any father to behave that way. You brought this young and beautiful souls in this world. Make sure that you guide them in this world. No matter what, just make sure that you guide them.
Thank you.
Annetta, may I just add
yes, go on, Ben.
And I'm just for my male colleagues, friends, just to give them this experience. The way it hurts when you have a problem with your daughter, for a male, for me, it's more painful than if it was my son. And the reason I realize is because of the opportunity that our male child have to rehabilitate himself. The girl doesn't have that opportunity to rehabilitate themselves. It's one strike out. Men will be 100 strike going. And they can still become a president. They can be anything. They can even be a priest, imam, or anything. They can just stand and say, I'm a reformist. In fact, they have more fun because they can walk on their experience. They say, I used to be this, I used to be a drunk, I used to be a womanizer. But let the woman say that. That was impossible. And that's quite important to look at. But I want another thing that if we do our best for our girls, what it does is it teaches them to have that self-confidence, self-worth. They are less likely to go out there to be abused because they know the values, they have the values and everything, they have confidence in themselves. And they know that they have a father to listen, that will listen to them. Because if they're entering, as they grow up, if we don't build that relationship, what happens? They can only run to their mother. If we did not build that relationship with our daughters, tells you that we have not built the same relationship with our mothers. And those mothers too might have been victims. And when they run to the mother doesn't have a solution. What the solution is, and that will end up because continue damaging that child. And that child continue to be damaged. The family of the child is damaged. Now, it's not only your daughter you have damaged your grandchildren. And that's how society gets damaged. And the other thing is, let's look at the other challenges. We look at the other challenges with girls, the expense. It's natural for women to want to take care more of themselves. We boys are vagabond. We go out. I mean, even now, we might be metrosexual, but all it takes is a haircut. All it takes is to brush up. But it's natural. That's God-given for women to care. And as they grow up, they want to feel the care. And it's important, even they have to learn to take care of themselves. Because they have to be, there's a sexual thing about it. And they have to grow up to be that successful woman. It's about taking care of them. They want to taking care of themselves. We all know at a certain age, women start to have more expense by experiencing poverty periods. You see, that's an added burden to the child. And we know that burden too, it affects their education. You see, that's where the sponsor Gambian girl come in again. Because in our holistic approach, this is the things we try to do. a sponsor gets involved, and we have a structure, and we try to help with all this. When we notice a problem with the girl, performance in school or anything else is reported back to us, and we try to look into it to help. And at times we cannot go, we cannot say, go to their privacy and talk about it, but we know what it might be. And what we do, we try and intervene and do that. And some of this burden, it doesn't even have to come from the sponsor. It's whatever we agree with the sponsor, what that the sponsor does. If the sponsor chooses to be more in the life of the child, and let me caveat this, still with safety, because we don't give access without safety mechanism in place. We always, it's in our constitution, we build a mechanism to do this. That's why we have a female administrator that we know, we trust, and that we work with in order to deliver this. You see, again, what I'm saying here is by what we do, we are giving that support as a parent. Be a father, be a mother, we are an extension of that support. We are not there just support financially, but to deal with the other hang-ups that comes up with growing up, and which is very important.
Absolutely, Ben. What we are doing here, you know, we are like, what we do in the SaGG Foundation, it's like we are social workers, you know, without pay. Social workers that are without pay. That's what we are doing. You know, we get involved in the lives of these girls. You know, one, you help them financially through school. What if they don't have the uniform, the shoes, the books? How would they go to school? When is their time of the month and they tell you this, you have to provide them those sanitary products and everything. You know, so many things that the girl needs. It's not just the financial support. Well, of course, we don't burden anyone else with that extra thing. That's why we do our fundraisings. And in those fundraising, we'll help the girls with the extra things that they need that will give them that quality experience to, you know, attain a good education, you know. And we are molding the future of our country, because these girls will be running homes, will be running offices, will be running organizations, will be doing so many things. We are not doing this thing just for now. We are doing it for the future and what it would gain for our country. And we know, because we are Gambians, we know how to diagnose our problems better, and we know the solution that would fix it better. So now we have looked at, you know, this absent father, what it is that it signifies for the girl when a father is not in the life of their daughter. You know, there are some fathers that are physically present in the vicinity, they are not there. There are some fathers that are not there and still choose not to be there, and all the burden is on the mom. I can tell you, from the moment that we get involved in the lives of this girl and uplift that financial burden from the mom, you can see the girl is thriving and do it better. You relieve them from the stress that the mother has to. And most of these girls that we are dealing with, their mothers are selling like tomatoes in the market. They're selling like churai. We know how much can a tomato sell to pay a school fees, you know? So these are all the, once we relieve them from that financial burden, we are now giving the mom the opportunity to take responsibility in another area. So that's what we are doing here. So we don't want to keep you guys too long. We have discussed so much about fathers and what they do for the lives of their daughters and everything. So we just want to end it on a high note, you know, looking at what are the benefits of a thriving father-daughter relationship. What are those benefits? How should we highlight them? How should we encourage dads to go for it? What are those benefits of a thriving father-daughter relationship? Give us some experiences, the fathers in the house. Ben.
Thank you very much. As I said, I think science have explained this.
Yes.
There is relations of sexes. See, with male, my sons are competition for me. Affection to their mother. And there comes a time I feel jealous.
Yes.
But again, the same thing, my wife feels jealous with the relationship I have with my daughter. And because this is the gender thing. opposite gender thing. And just shows you how it affects a father, or should affect a father, when their child, especially a girl, is not doing well. And when they go into trouble. And the broader benefits are that, I mean, because we don't want to be abused, we don't want our children to be abused, but especially the norm here is that girls would be abused. That's the norm. And we don't like that, because
Bien, unmute yourself.
someone there.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys are. I said the relationship we develop and evolve with our daughters goes on as a young woman when we see them through to get married and start their own family. It's beautiful to have that with their sons, but I'll tell you, for a father, it's an extra mile. That relation could be. And once our sons get married, you know what we get? We in fact go and try to squeeze in fact to build a relationship with their wives. I mean, because that's how it becomes. We try to be a father there as well. You know, to box our that's why as fathers we have a hell of a role to play. And where I want to say again, saying as fathers, is the reward. Now, not only my own daughter, some might not even have a daughter, but we will always find a daughter. My mom used to tell me, wherever you go, you can have a parent. You can have a guardian. Make sure you have a parent. I mean, when you travel, make sure you have a parent. But again, at my age, I've been a parent, I should always be a parent, regardless who is the child, who is the person in need. And to whom is given what is expected. And Anita, we are privileged, and we should accept that we are privileged. We are sitting here today in the diaspora with all these structures and systems and opportunities. Today, I can aspire, my child can aspire to be astronaut, to be anything, and it will be realistic, because there's a system, there's an enabling environment. But in the Gambia, the child might not even have the horizons because the environments are there. But you know what I love about this? Let's go back to the success story we have with the child, on the video. And I appeal to people that watch this video to go on the site, Sponsor Gambian Girl website or the Facebook page to watch this girl. Do you know, when I was listening to this girl, being a security kind of person, I am watching it. I'm not saying I'm critical, but I'm trying to study to find out what is going on, with her. And I am looking through her eyes. You can tell she was not reading a script.
No.
The girl was looking into the horizons by pouring into her head to say things that we want to say. But another thing I point, this thing is quality of education the girl have received. Coming from an underprivileged background. You see, growing up, if you are 12 years old, if you can construct sentences to be articulate, that you can might even be articulate, but in English to put the things and your vocabulary and everything right. And if I'm still struggling to speak, grammar properly. That tells you the defect of my education. But year 12, the guy was articulated all this and constructed in a way from one here to the middle and to the end. And where he comes out and the way he thanks and said how appreciative she is. You see, within a year or two, this girl have already gotten here because of support. You see, this is what you do for your child. This is what we are doing for our children here. I am trying all the time to ratify by my kids. Now, if I have a Gambian girl who is from underprivileged, been supported and able to do the same as my child here, achievement. Achievement. That tells me that society would get better because of this people. Look, we used to tell you in those days, halebudem marina or halebudem fela moy muna wah yoy or the few. And this is the fact. Because of what? It's a private school. They have access. But that's why to say that the sponsor Gambian girl is not only for them to be educated in the school, but to have the quality of education, but again, to be molded, to be built, to be confident, to know their self-worth, to able to impact society. This is the end. And I want to end it to the rewards.
Yes.
Rewards. Any day or minute I spend doing the work.
Yes.
It's called it. You see, I am a spiritual person. I'm not religious. I don't carry my religion in my sleeves. But I know this is God's work. This is God's work. This is God's work for me.
Yes.
And when people, not only when the beneficiary send a message to say how much their life is changed, how appreciative they are, that's joyful. But do you know the most joyful thing is? When a sponsor turned around to me telling me that, oh, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yes.
I said, wow, I am not only benefiting from the beneficiary saying that how much they're happy they listen, but now someone I just facilitated because they heard me, they came through me, to have to able to act. This person is so elated, that feeling that they fight better because of the impact they have seen.
Yes.
Anita, we don't have to count our blessings based on the certificates we carry. No. We cannot count our blessings based on the money we save in our banks. Yes. Do you know what impact we have in society?
Yes.
And this impact can only be measured on the less privilege that we can empower and elevate. It's not about going around there to give. Yes, you can give to be, and we all have the time of our life and enjoy.
Yes.
But the most enjoyable and lasting one is the one you have seen an impact on.
Yes.
And that's what we should all be aiming for. I am happy to be given this privilege to be part of the SaGG Foundation, and I'll continue to do my best. And I appeal to my friends, family, and people to continue and to be part of this vehicle.
Amazing. Yes, Ben. We are not only giving them education, but what we do and what we intend to do later is to support girls outside of the classroom, because that too is important. That support outside the classroom builds their confidence. You know, they would know how to use the academic skills they have gained to start up their own little enterprise. You know, not everybody is academically inclined. Some are good with their hands, but when they have that basic, foundation, they can able to now, transfer those skills and do business and do things that they would like to do elsewhere. So that is what we are here. We're here to mold the girl child, place them on the path to success. And our tool to do that is education. And we are thanking everybody that is here to support us.